Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Bella and Bella don't like me. In this video, we are going to discuss about some aviation related questions again. So the last time I posted about how I cleared my interview, you guys asked me quite a lot of questions, which I replied as much as possible. I think I have replied to everyone. And after that, I also received an ample amount of questions and very good messages in Instagram also. And I'm so grateful for that. And those questions I have answered one by one. However, I keep receiving, similar questions again and again. So today I am going to make a video on frequently asked questions. Some of these questions are taken out from the video which I posted last time from the comments, and some of these other questions are from the DMs, and some of these are also from the Instagram Q&As. I have written down the questions here. So before I start, let me tell you, I do not represent any company. I do not represent any organization. This is just me, and whatever I share in this video is going to be based on my experience and based on the best of my knowledge. There are particular criteria that is followed according to DGCA, according to this, according to that. But every airline also has their own requirements. So from airline to airline, the procedures could be different. And also it's been just 1 year for me. So when it comes to flying experiences and all, I might change my opinions and I might change my perspectives as well. So whatever I'm sharing right now is only based on my 1 year experience and fully based on my experience. Okay, so let's straight away get into the question and answer. The first question that I have written is, somebody asked me, I have a birthmark, will I be selected? So when it comes to birthmarks and scars, it depends, okay? I cannot tell you that since you have this, you will not be selected. Since you have this scar, you will not be selected. I cannot tell you that, and I am not the right person to tell you that. It totally depends on the interviewer, and also how big is your scar, and how big is that birthmark, and where is that birthmark, right? Birthmarks and all these scars should not be visible when you are in uniform. So it is also wise for you to check their uniforms. Like, for example, you are applying for Emirates. So you can check out like what kind of uniform does Emirates have. Do they have a long sleeve shirts? Do they wear long sleeve shirts or short sleeve shirts? So if they wear short sleeve shirts and you have a tattoo somewhere here or here that's visible, then obviously you will not be selected because tattoos are not allowed, right? And if you have a birthmark like that is very visible even when you are wearing uniform, then you have to do something about it. Maybe you can hide it with makeup, conceal it, or if it is too big, then I don't know what to suggest you, but you can still give it a try. Like, there's no harm in giving it a try. And also when it comes to scars, there are different types of scars, right? There are permanent scars, there are scars that are just temporary as well. So it depends. Like, see, I cannot really tell you that you will be selected or you will not be selected, but what I will suggest you is please give it a try. Don't hold yourself back from achieving your dreams or giving it a try just because you are insecure about your scar or your birthmarks. How tall are you? Somebody asked me my height. So my height is 163 centimeter, and so I am taller than 5.3, but I am shorter than 5.4. Do they check our teeth and eyesight too? I don't remember them checking my teeth, but yes, they check my eyesight. Eyesight, it's very important for you to have a good and clear eyesight, okay? And also when it comes to eyesight, they do a proper eye checkup. So it is very crucial and important for you to have a good eyesight, especially in aviation. In some other airlines, they allow cabin crew to wear spectacles, but for the airline that I am currently in, spectacles are not allowed, but contact lenses are allowed. So yeah, it's still a good option. Even if you don't have a good eyesight, you can still wear a contact lens. And the other thing is, did you give online interview? No. For us, during our time, there was no online interview. It was just straight away walk-in interview. How did you prepare your CV? So guys, my CV was the simplest CV ever. I just wrote it down from my phone, the document from my phone, and then I printed that out and posted the very recent passport size photo that I have. And also the other thing about CV is, so my CV was very simple, but now if I had to ever apply for other airline again, then I will make sure that I make it very nicely, like I put extra effort on it, because I found a way. There is an app called Canva. I don't know how to exactly pronounce this, but CANVA is the spelling, and that's the app. I'll just show it to you guys here. I use this app and I found that there were actually very good samples, resume samples. So you guys can download this, you guys can check and then edit for yourself because it's very easy. You can also pay and use the better qualities, but also the free ones are also actually very nice. So I don't pay for it. I just use the free ones. If your skin condition during your interview was not that good, then how did you clear the interview? Is skin not really a problem? This is the question that somebody asked me. I think I did my makeup quite good, so I was able to hide the scars and my skin did not look that bad. Skin, so when it comes to skin, they check our skin thoroughly, but also there were some considerations during, so for me there were some considerations. They asked me if I'm undergoing through some treatment and I said yes. So acne can be healed, so it was not that of a very big issue. Can you tell me about your fluency in English? Okay, how do you speak so well? Thank you. So this person complimented my speaking skill, and I think I'm feeling proud and happy right now. Anyway, so I wouldn't say that my English is the best, like, and I don't know at what level do we rate English also, but I think I am able to speak fluently because it became a habit. Like, see, literally for me, I grew up in hostel. From class 7 onwards till my college days, I was in hostel. So in hostel, the common language or the only language allowed is English. So we all spoke English. So morning to evening, every conversation was in English. And I think that became a habit for me, and which is why I am able to express myself well in English. But I will say that I also still have a lot of growth to do and a lot of learning to do when it comes to speaking English. So this person also asked, how do you speak so well? Okay, so one thing, I grew up in hostel. The other thing, I consciously try to improve. I really hate these bikes. I'm not lying, like, these are my hate most bikes. I hate the sound. Okay. So the other thing that I do is I consciously try to improve my English. What? Number one, by reading books. When I read books, I make sure that I read out loud, because when I read out loud, I can make out if I'm pronouncing some words correctly. I can make out if I am speaking correctly, and if not, or if I doubt about the pronunciations, then I go to Google and I try to learn how to pronounce those words. And the other thing is, I used to speak in front of the mirror. Like, I know that it looks weird sometimes, but it's okay. Like, who's there to judge? It's just me. I stand in front of the mirror, I speak, and I look at my expression when I'm talking. Then I also look at my hand gestures and my body posture. How do I look when I am speaking? Because just having a good knowledge of that particular language is not all. It's not everything. Even if you can speak, if your body posture doesn't look confident, then there's a minus point. Your hand gestures and everything matters, your expressions. So I look in the mirror and I try to correct myself and make myself help myself. Do we have to go to Guwahati for medical checkup? As far as I know, yes. I mean, for the Nagas, okay? I don't know about the other states, but since I cleared my interview from Dimapur, after we have cleared the interview, we were asked to go to Guwahati for medical checkup. Once we arrived to Gurgaon for training, we also went for another medical checkup, where we got the Fit to Fly certificate from there only. So yes, as far as I know, yes, you have to go to Guwahati for medical checkup. Do they ask passport on our interview? So for you to become a cabin crew, passport is like one of the main documents that you need. Because if you want to become a cabin crew, then it is obvious that you want to travel around the world, right? So how can you travel around the world if you don't have a passport? So passport is very important. You need to have, it's like the most important document, I should say. Yeah. So but then during my time, when I applied for my interview, I didn't have passport in my hand, but I had already applied for it. So since I did not have the passport in my hand, I had to give them the application form to prove that I have already applied for my passport. So whatever documents that you need will be there. The company will already tell you whatever documents you need to bring for the interview, so you don't have to worry about that, okay? So when you are applying for the interview, they will tell you what documents to bring. Will I be selected if I am a little healthy? Being healthy shouldn't be a problem. In fact, airlines are looking for healthy cabin crew. Obviously, I mean healthy cabin crew as in you should be fit and fine, you should be healthy to fly, you should be fit to fly. Everybody has a different perspectives about healthy, thin, perfect. So I can't be the one to tell you that you are fit to fly or anything like that. But As long as your weight is coming under the BMI range, then you don't have to worry about your weight or if you are looking very healthy. But if you think that your BMI is above or below the BMI range, then you have to work a little bit on your health. Maybe you should start planning your diets, like whatever you are eating, your workout routine, and anything to come under the BMI range. Like if you really want the job. Like I don't want to be the one, telling you to do this and that, but check your weight and your height and count your BMI and make sure that it is in the BMI range only. Otherwise, it might hamper your interview process. You might be selected even if you think you are a little healthy. Just make sure that your BMI is in the BMI range. The other question is, what should I write in my CV for my work experience if this is my first job? So just write fresher. It's very simple. I am a fresher, so I just wrote fresher and there's nothing wrong with that. Was Hindi round easy? Hindi round. So in the interview, Hindi round was not that difficult. I was stressing about it, but it went way better than I expected. And it is not that difficult. It's all about confidence, my dear. It's all about you at least trying to express yourself in Hindi and understanding whatever the interviewer is asking you, okay? As long as you are flying in India, then you will encounter passengers who does not know English and only speaks Hindi. So you will have to be able to communicate with them. That's why Hindi is very important. During training, it was a headache. It was a headache for me because we do briefings, okay? As a cabin crew, you have to learn so many briefings. Before every takeoff, you need to brief your passengers regarding the overwing exits, regarding the emergency exits. You have to brief pregnant lady, you have to brief parent with infants, you have to brief passengers who requires a wheelchair. You have to brief your special passengers. So when you brief your passengers, you should make sure that your passenger is understanding whatever you are briefing. In that case, you have to make sure that this person understands the language that you are speaking, right? So which means you have to be able to speak in English. If this person knows how to speak English, then you have to brief in English. If this person knows only Hindi or is more comfortable in Hindi, then you have to be able to brief that particular special passenger in Hindi. So which is why we go through training, learning all these briefings, memorizing all these briefings. Okay, somebody also said, I want to be a cabin crew, but I don't have much confidence and I am insecure. So insecurities. Insecurities basically means not feeling good enough or having a negative perspective or negative opinion towards yourself about how you look, how you speak, how you eat, or more. So everybody goes through insecurities. Like the most confident person also goes through insecurities at certain point of times. And guys, you have to fight those insecurities. Until and unless you give it a try, those insecurities will only grow. Until and unless you fight those insecurities off and try to come out of it, it will keep growing from within. So which is why leave your insecurities behind, challenge yourself to come out of that shell and give it a try. Because if you don't try, then someday it might be too late for you. It's sad, but this is the reality. Everything has its own time. And so if you let your insecurity keep on holding you back, one day, maybe 4 or 5 years later, maybe 10 years later, you might look back and regret thinking, oh, I should have done it instead of letting these silly insecurities hold me back. And confidence, it doesn't come just automatically like this. You have to keep trying. Just take one step and see. And you'll realize that those insecurities were actually nothing at all. And it was just an overthinking growing from inside. Yes, so be confident. You can do it. What was the most annoying experience you have on a flight? So the most annoying experience that I have on a flight is people not knowing how to pronounce my name. One thing. The other thing, people being racist. The other thing. These are the three most annoying things, okay? When people don't know how to pronounce my name, when people are being racist, and when people don't believe that I am an Indian. Does Hindi and English needs to be perfect? What's perfect for you may not be perfect for the other person, but what I know is that as long as you are able to communicate in English fluently, and as long as you are able to understand others speaking in English, and the same with Hindi, then you are fine. You are good to go. Do we need to apply too many makeup during the interview? That depends on the kind of makeup that you are using. It depends on the way you are doing your makeup also. As long as you are looking presentable, and as long as you are looking professional, then you are good to go. Because what if you're wearing like all the shimmers and all of this heavy makeup, the party makeup look, in your formal. It doesn't go well together, right? So you have to do your makeup based on the place that you are going to, based on the outfit that you are wearing. Make sure that you are looking professional, be it more or less. This is it. I have answered to all the questions, and if there are some questions that I have missed out, then I will make sure that I include them in the next video. You can tell me in the comments. If you have more questions, then you can tell me in the comments. I just have one tip for you, okay? If you want to know more about certain topics, or if you want to know more about aviation, the first best thing that you can do is Google it, okay? Google it and then do your own research first, because then only you will have the better questions to ask. To those of you who are planning to apply for the job, all the very best. You can do it. Sometimes we start to have this unnecessary urgency just because looking at some people achieving their dreams, it makes us feel like we are never going to reach them. It makes us feel like we are far behind people, but that's the enemy. That's the enemy lying to you, and that's actually not true, because we all have a time. Everybody has a time for ourselves, and God has already set aside the time, the place, the job, and everything for you. Just believe and have faith, and take the faith and take that walk of faith, and you will be able to reach where God has already planned and assigned you to be in. So I hope this video helps, and I hope to see you all on board someday. Whatever you end up in, may God bless you. Thank you so much for watching my video, and if you like my channel, then you can subscribe if you want to, or if you know anybody who needs this information, then you can also share it to them, and you can help them while you're also helping my channel grow. Yeah, so thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for watching. Bye, take care.